For today's warm-up, you are going to try to animate the sketches of the faces here. So if you want to start really simple, you can choose maybe these three here. You can choose any of these three. These are slightly more complicated because they have more detail. But what I want you to animate is changing expressions. So it maybe could start like this, and then sort of have an even face, and then all of a sudden it gets sort of happy. So you're changing expressions, and you're going to start with 3, and then if you feel like you're getting comfortable with it, I want you to challenge yourself and just practice adding. You can animate more faces, so more than 3 layers of animation. So how do we actually do this in GIMP? Well, you're going to want to have a fresh document. So the first thing that you're going to do is come up here, click File, New, make sure that our settings are at 800 and 600, click OK. And so I have this on a split screen so I can sort of see and reference the image. And so notice that we have our background layer. We want to add a new layer, so create a new layer on top of this. And we can just leave it frame 2 and click OK. So now we can start to draw with our paintbrush tool. I'm going to change my color to black, and I've just got a small single 3x3 pixel paintbrush here, and I've got the size at 10. So let's start with a circle, the face, and now I want just a circle, and then the eyes are going to appear. So I'm going to actually add a new layer. Okay. And notice that this new layer is on top. So I'm going to add an eye here, add an eye over here. Great. And again, I'm going to create a new layer. This one, time for the mouth. So he's going to start with a frown. We'll add that frown. Great. And we're going to add a new layer. So now I want to choose this second face here. And what I actually have to do is kind of erase what I see, this sad mouth. So I'm going to kind of paint over it with white. So I'll switch, so that way I have white, and I'm just going to choose a slightly larger brush here and kind of erase it. And now what you can see is if I were to hide this layer I'm working on, it's going to reveal that mouth. So think about how that's going to work when we animate it. Okay, I'm going to draw the straight face, switch it back to black, and click and drag. Okay, good. So now if we were to preview these animations, we see this layer first, this one, here, here, here. Okay, again, I'm going to create a new layer. Okay, and I'm going to switch to white, paint over this, switch back, and I want this at a larger size. And now I'll draw my final happy face. Okay, so that's a really basic animation using 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 frames. And so now if I animate this, go to filters, animation, playback. We can see each frame. I'll slow it down slightly. Okay, so you can start getting a sense of how you can draw and add details to each layer to create your animation. So you're going to choose at least 3 of these and show a changing expression or mood. Okay, so you're going to start there, and if you feel really confident, you can even start getting more advanced and using some of these more detailed faces. If you want to save this, we can click File, Save, and I'll just call it Emotion Animation and save it to my desktop. But if I want to export this as an animation, remember you have to File, Export As, change this to GIF, and it's going to go to my desktop, Export. Make sure that you check As Animation. I'm going to slow this down. I want this to be nice and slow, and I choose Export. So now, if I were to add this to my doc, if I were to add it here, for instance, insert, image, upload. There's going to be my animation. Okay, all right, good luck.